welcome back to Sextras,
where we talk about sex and all the extras.
I'm Honey,
And I'm Maria.
and today we are going to talk about cheating.
Oh yeah.
Finally.
I always say that. I always say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The intro is always the same. Exactly the same. But yeah, we're excited to finally discuss cheating.
Yeah.
I think we have quite a lot to say. Maria especially has a lot to say.
Don't say that. No, but I feel
it's
like
all gonna come out.
Yeah, true. No, I do feel like in previous episodes and like quite a few, I have been like, oh, but I'll tell that story one day. Well, today is the day. If you have been a long time listener and you care,
and if you haven't, then that's very rude. You should go listen to all
our welcome episodes. To our new listeners.
Yeah, so we have a lot to say. We're excited, but what zone are you in this week?
What zone? Oh my god. So I'm back at work this week after my 2 weeks off. So it's just been a little bit like a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
Like waking up and making it through the entire day, to be honest. But yeah, I'm just so tired. Like I'd say that's kind of the mood I'm in, and like I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Like I'm getting a little bit overdosed with people, if you will. Because there's just too many people around me at all times. Like I'm just getting a little bit overwhelmed by it at this moment in time. So I'm kind of like I don't know what color that would be. I think gray. Like I'm going mostly for gray. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. What about you?
Greeny kind of vibe.
Okay.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm a whole mixture of things, but I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Okay. I like
but I'm
it.
pretty happy because I got a puppy.
Oh yeah, tell everyone the good news.
Got a little pupper.
New family member.
But it's a lot of work. She's so naughty. She's so excitable, but it's good. It's nice to have a dog. But yeah, no, it's cute. And then I also got back from my little family holiday, which was nice, but like a bit tiring. Because there were so many people. It was like 14 people, and it was just a lot to be around that all the time. Yeah. So I get how you feel. But yeah, I'm happy to be back in London and just not doing anything with my life, basically. Just having a podcast. That's all I have to my name.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into that episode.
Let's get into it.
We started with a segment where we asked, have you ever been cheated on? And 44% of people said yes, and 56% of people said no.
So many people have been cheated on.
I know, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be so, like, close to 50-50, damn.
And that's the people that know.
True. I mean, yeah, and then we also asked, have you ever cheated on someone? And it was 23% yes, 77% no. So, I mean, where are all
it's
the...
not adding up.
Where are all the... yeah. Where are the cheaters at? No, but maybe our audience is just...
unlucky. Maybe everyone's just so unlucky.
Just gets cheated on.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, at the same time, it's not that surprising. I feel like you hear about people getting cheated on so much more than you hear about people cheating. Even though obviously it happens all the same amount. Do you get what I'm saying? But
people just don't admit or like tell their cheating side of the story. But Maria's here, guys, to bring what everyone has been asking for. Anyway, so we asked what happened when you were cheated on, and someone said at the start of our relationship my ex hooked up with their best friend and it continued throughout our relationship.
Oh,
that's shit.
That's so mean.
Yeah, that is really mean.
Like the whole time you would just think that they're just like besties, you know, just chilling.
I feel like that's the worst person you can cheat on someone with.
Yeah, I mean, would it be worse if it was like their own best friend or like the partner's best? Surely the partner's best friend is worse than like your own best friend.
Yeah, but then it's kind of like on the best friend more than the relationship, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, like if you cheated with... No, wait, what am I saying?
If your boyfriend had cheated on you with me.
Yeah, I'd be more mad at you than at my boyfriend.
What?
Because that's more of a betrayal than my like some random guy cheating on me.
No, actually, I do actually see your point, but at the same time, like, surely the responsibility is still more on, like, your actual partner.
Yeah, but that's like that would be fucked up.
Oh my god, that would be so fucked up.
That would be
yeah, exactly. See, that's worse than if it was like if they had cheated on you with not that. Sorry, I'm like acting like they cheated on you. This is just.
I don't have a boyfriend, so it's all hypothetical.
Hypothetical scenario in which your partner like cheats on you with their best friend.
Yeah, because I feel like that's kind of like I would be like understandable, you know. I feel like that's more understandable, and like I don't care about the best friend as much as like I care about you.
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah.
you know?
No, so yeah. I think it would be so much worse if it was like your best friend. Oh, but that still sucks because, yeah, as I said, like, you would, this whole time have this trust of, like, oh, yeah, they're bestie, whatever.
So sad. So sad.
Okay, well, someone else said that they were cheated on throughout the entire relationship. Our mutual friend told me 8 to 10 months into it. And also one of the people that he cheated on me was my friend.
Oh, similar. It's always the friends.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Watch out for your friends and your boyfriends.
That's so horrible because that the mutual friend told them as well. It's like, then surely like loads of people knew about it.
Yeah,
and it
that's
just wasn't like.
Up. Oh my god! If you guys knew that someone I was dating was cheating on me and didn't say anything for 10 months. Okay, if your boyfriend cheated on you and I knew, would you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad we agree. But would you want anyone to tell you if they knew?
I don't know. I kind of think it's wrong to, like, if it's none of your business, it's none of your business kind of thing. Like, yeah, like if a random girl that I didn't know told me, I don't know if I'd be like, I mean, I wouldn't be like, you're a fucking bitch to the girl at all. Like, nothing against the girl. It's just like, I don't know if I'd trust it necessarily. Yeah, and like, I just kind of be, I don't know, I just think it's slightly strange. Like, I just feel like it's mind your own business. Like, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, we also asked the people that have ever cheated on someone, what happened when they cheated on someone.
Someone said, I just wasn't the best person back then and I wasn't happy with the relationship I was in. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty common like reason. We'll get into the nuances of cheating morality. That's another phrase we're gonna add to the quote, the Sextras dictionary.
The Sextras dictionary. Okay, someone else said for revenge.
Okay,
ooh, I like that take.
Interesting. I want a bit more story, but exciting.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea. Well, I mean, this is
I love the idea.
Like, they cheat on you, you're like, okay, fine, let's get back together, but like, just so you can cheat on them back.
Do you love that idea? Do you love
like,
that?
That's so savage.
Yeah, that is savage. That would be a power move for sure. I think I'd do that. But also, I don't know. I think I'd feel bad. I think I'd feel too bad.
Yeah, I don't have the cahoons.
I mean, I don't know.
The shit stops.
I feel like there's a lot of contradiction going on here. Someone said, I went a little crazy at my first party since the pandemic and kissed 2 Irish boys. I cried for a week. Aww. But also, it's your own fault.
Yeah, true. But, I mean, something that people don't talk about is the pain that the cheater also feels, okay? We're here to bring awareness to this.
Cheater awareness week.
Cheater sympathizer.
It's
I'm
like
joking.
me as the breaker up of being like, no one talks about the pain of being the person to have to break up with someone.
No, but that one's actually real. Like, I don't actually think you should have sympathy for people that cheat. I think it's fucked up, even though I've cheated myself. But I do, like, having been on, like, the cheating side and, like, how the aftermath of that feels, and, like, you know, as this submission said, like, the crying for a week, like, yeah, it's horrible. Like, honestly, it's, like, the worst thing ever. But, yeah, because obviously, like, no one likes making other people feel shit.
Yeah, that's
even
true.
if, like, it's by your own fault, but, like, obviously... Anyway,
no one's perfect.
I get you, babes. Someone said, not on my husband, I'm guessing they're married now, but with my previous boyfriend in 2014, 2015, I did. I was 18, and at the time I wasn't over my ex. While my boyfriend was away in Rome, I hooked up with my ex, and halfway through, I stopped and left because of the guilt. I think I wasn't ready to be in a relationship at the time, and my ex was not a person I should have gotten into a relationship with. I had reservations and I had a lot of growing up to do. Never cheated on anyone ever again.
Good that you are taking accountability, you know, like, I feel like that's quite a common situation, is like you're just not ready to be in a relationship, or maybe you're just like not fully owning up to yourself that you have work to do. So it's good to like be able to look back in hindsight, you know?
Yeah. I do think like a lot of cheating happens because of like this is gonna sound so bad, but as in like in the whole like it's not you, it's me kind of thing. Like I do think it a lot of the time it is that. It genuinely is like that person trying to escape in some way, or like they're just fucking up because like, you know, like self-destructive vibes, or you know, that kind of stuff. Like not every case, and obviously like
not all cheaters.
Yeah, it's yeah, this is the thing. It's bad because like I want to have like a more in-depth perspective on someone that's actually been cheated on, because like I can talk all this stuff, but again, I really don't, I'm not like trying to have like cheater empathy, well, sympathy. No, even though I am, because that's exactly what I'm doing, but at the same time,
like it's not an excuse, but it definitely is a reason.
Yeah,
it does explain
and
why.
Like everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, exactly, no one's perfect. So
yeah. What I'm trying to say is, I think a lot of time cheating genuinely can be a mistake, as bad as that sounds. At least in my case, like, that's what it was like for me, you know? But, of course, if you, like, no one deserves to be treated like that. So, like, if you have been cheated on and, yeah, it was a mistake, but that's not a mistake I can live with, mate. Like, that's completely fine. No sympathy needed there, mate.
Yeah.
I need to stop saying mate. I'm sorry, guys.
You're fine. Don't worry. We're talking to our mates, so our best mates.
mates, come on,
mates,
gather in, mates.
Welcome to our studio. Just one of those days. I don't know.
What else did we? Interesting one.
Controversial. Unanimous vote. We asked, would you break up with someone because of cheating? And 92% of people said yes. I think that's the highest percentage of like one vote we've gotten ever. And 8% said no.
No surprise there, but at the same time,
we disagree.
8% of people did actually vote for no. So, and I do think, which we do kind of want to get into this conversation sort of in the main episode, but like there are a lot of nuances into, you know, cheating, microcheating, where does one draw the line? And like I do feel like there are a lot of circumstances that can like be like, I would stay, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that clear cut.
It's a complicated issue. But yeah, we'll get into it. Stay tuned, guys. But first, we're going to take a very quick sponsor break for our sponsor. I bet you can't guess who it is. We are so happy to be partnering with Manscaped again, particularly as it is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, head over to manscaped.com to see what they're doing with the We Save Balls initiative, where you can even find out how to check your own balls.
Why would you not want to do that?
Health is wealth.
Exactly. And we love that Manscaped are drawing attention and awareness to men's health and hygiene, because if you have any men in your life, which I'm sure you do, at least one of them neglects their hygiene severely. Or if you've ever been on a bus with a man, you know they neglect their hygiene.
The help that they can get.
They need all the help they can get.
Yeah.
So Manscaped have sent us some amazing products to help men out a little bit with these things and help them regain control of their lives. So we've got the Performance Package 4.0, which comes in this little wash bag, and it contains the lawnmower, which has skin safe technology. It has a ceramic blade. It has a little light so you can do all your manscaping down there, make it all nice and tidy for yourself or for whoever else is going to be down there.
Oh yeah. And then you can go right in with the Crop Preserver and also the Crop Reviver. And these are a ball toner and a ball deodorant, and these are basically just going to prevent redness, irritation, ingrown hairs, basically all the nasty shit, and just have everything smelling incredible as well.
Then to make sure you can smell how incredible it smells down there, we've got the Weed Whacker, which is a nose hair trimmer, and also you can use it to trim your ear hairs. Again, it uses skin safe technology, and yeah, it just makes everything nice and tidy in there. And you can smell how delicious these products smell.
Absolutely. And then wrap all of that up, your balls, in these amazingly soft anti-chafing boxes. And yeah, it'll just, you can put it all in this little bag and let's get to spring cleaning.
Yeah. Go to manscaped.com and use code SEXTRAS20 for 20% off and free shipping.
That's 20% off and free shipping with code SEXTRAS20 at checkout.
Go check it out, guys.
Definitely.
Also, before we get back into the episode, we want to do a bonus episode very soon. So if you have any stories you want to send us about sex and dating, or you want to ask us a question about sex and dating,
if
or
you have
about
a dilemma,
or if you want to ask us any personal questions with a little Q&A kind of vibe about having a podcast or just anything we've talked about, please feel free to do that and send it to our social media, our email address, our website. It's all going to be in the description, and we'll say it all at the end of the episode. So another little announcement, please.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned for that as well.
Have you ever been cheated on?
I haven't, no.
And how would you feel about being cheated on?
I would not like it. I would not like it one little bit. Have you been cheated on, honey?
I'd love it, mate. I'd love it. It's like my perfect scenario, like get out scenario as an avoidant. No, I'm joking. Obviously, I wouldn't love it, but I don't really know how I'd feel about it. I feel like I would just be like, oh, no one belongs to anyone. Haha, let's stay together, and ignore all the red flags. And then something worse would happen.
That's kind of true.
And then
I see that.
Who knows? Who knows? Stay tuned.
Well, like, what if you found out that your ex cheated on you? Like, would you be mad about it now?
So yeah. I'd be like, you gave me herpes. You cheated on me. You had a kid. And you did all these other things.
Yeah.
So that would just be the cherry.
Pretty damning list, yeah.
But I mean, I do like sneakily kind of think that maybe my ex cheated on me because of the herpes situation and the whole timing of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that, like, that's not how herpes work. Like, you don't have to sleep with someone while you're in the relationship to pass it on. But I just think there were dodgy vibes overall.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I can't really say I've been cheated on because I can't really like say that for sure or anything. The closest I've come to being cheated on is my first ex being like, all these guys want to sleep with me and I'm hanging out with them tonight. I'm gonna stay at their house. Ha 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 ha. And me being like, fuck off. And then the second time, my second ex be like hanging up the phone when some girl was flirting with him.
Yeah.
And I could hear, and I was like, you fucking snake.
Yeah, kind of dodge there.
Yeah.
So then what would your boundaries be, I think, in terms of like the last question sort of thing that we asked our listeners, in terms of would you leave if you were cheated on? Like at what point of like cheating would you leave? Like, would you leave, literally any kind of, because how you said the little things that you just said, like that can be part of like the boundaries that you're okay with or not, and like obviously you didn't break up with them for that, but it is still like I don't like it. So I do feel like a lot of like, I don't know, a lot of like cheating things, quote unquote, can be like I don't like it, rather than actually cheating. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say that I would break up with someone, obviously, if they had, like, full-on, like, sex with someone. But again, I think there's nuances within that of, like, if it's a random girl or like, a random person at, like, a club or something, or, like, on a night out, maybe you can get over that. Versus, like, if it's, like, their best friend, as we were saying, like, you can't really get over that because they already have that, like, emotional bond with them. And I feel like that's harder. But I also, like, knowing myself... I was joking about what I just said, but like knowing myself, I think I just like give excuses for everything. So I don't know how I would respond to that. And like that's not a good thing to admit or like think, and I'm working on it. But like I think in my last relationship, if he had cheated on me, I don't think I would have broken up with him. Because I already had forgiven so much. And like, to be honest, like this is kind of deep, but I think, like, and I can't compare it to cheating because I haven't actually been cheated on, but, like, my ex had a kid with his ex.
Right.
And, like, he would hang out with his ex all the time. And, like, that was painful for me because that felt like cheating in a way, like emotional cheating with your ex. And, like, she is giving something to him that I will never be able to give to him, a child. And like they dated, and that's kind of like a whole other level of things. And like I think I handled it well. But that was like, I don't know. And then there was a time when, sorry, this isn't really on topic, but it is kind of just like my own like feelings of like cheating or whatever, where like we were walking home and we were like, I was like, oh, but like I said something about like, oh, but your girlfriend, obviously meaning me, and he goes, oh, my ex, like he said, oh, and then her name, and I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? And he's like, oh no, I don't mean like she's my girlfriend, I just mean like, we have this like, we're bonded together for life.
My baby
and that
mama.
kind of just like confirmed to me like, she is just on a whole other level. And like it's not like I'm not threatened by her in any way, like I literally don't care about her as a person, but it was just like the way that he saw it, and also like he just had a whole load of stuff he had to work through in that situation. I love how I'm just like fully putting him on blast now because I just don't care. So if you're listening to this, too bad, you fucked up. But and I feel like this was a long time coming, so don't message me about it. But yeah, I feel like there's obviously nuances to cheating. And I feel like you can feel like you've been cheated on in a situation where you haven't actually been cheated on. So yeah, there's like different levels to it. You know? And I think if like even the phone thing had happened another time, I would have been like, fuck that. Like, you're hiding something. I can't deal with this. So
yeah, I think it's like it can be quite circumstantial, because for instance, if my boyfriend shagged a random girl at a club, like that might upset me less than if he like got with a girl that he sees all the time, kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of what you were saying, it's just like it feels more intimate, it's like a different step, it's not the same kind of thing. I think like for me, for instance, anything that's like a close connection or something like that, it's like way more threatening, and like it seems like way more like a threat and like betrayal to me than like a physical act or whatever. Not that I'm cool with it at all, because also, like, I think, no, I could not handle any sort of discrepancies in the whole cheating handbook. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I would lose my shit. But yeah, I don't think anything really like bad has happened to me in terms of like any boundaries crossed, which is so bad. It's because I feel like if I've like crossed boundaries in pretty much like any relationship that I've been in, which sounds so bad, but I promise I'm not a bad person.
I can verify she's not a bad person.
But yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I do think, like, for instance, in like, so just I cheated on my boyfriend, like full on slept with someone else, but we had been together for 3 days. So basically, no, okay. Let me just start the story again. Let me just start from the beginning, you know? So me and my boyfriend got together after like 2-3 months of me chasing him, like basically like trying to get him to sleep with me. And then when that didn't work, that kind of just turned into us hanging out loads. So then I kind of like fell in love with him, kind of thing. And then I like wanted to be with him, but he was my sort of ex's friend. So he was like, nah, I'm not gonna go there, because, you know, I was his friend's ex. So he was kind of like, nah. Then finally he gave in. We like made it official, whatever. After, as I said, 3 months of me chasing him, like I hadn't been like seeing anyone else at all. And like at this point I was like seeing multiple people like regularly, kind of thing. So I was like, nah, this man's for me. Like he's my man now. Like it's all good. 3 days later, I slept with someone else. And basically, I got really drunk, went clubbing. Apparently, literally the entire night, I was like trying to get with random guys and like shit like that. Like, my friend had to literally like come stop me talking to a guy and like had to be like, oh, it's my girlfriend, sorry. Because like I literally just kept like running away and trying to get with people. So he's like stopping me. He's like, Maria, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, oh, this is dead. Like my friend's like being annoying. I'm gonna dip. So then I go somewhere else and whatever, what happens there, I genuinely don't remember at all. Like my last memory is me getting into the Uber. And then I wake up the next morning and I can't find my underwear. And I remember what happened. So I was like, shit. Like literally, I was like, what did I do? Like, honestly, worst moment, like that realization. I genuinely had never felt such a like, you fucked up ever. I was like, right, okay, this one's coming to me with me to the grave. Like, this is never seeing the light of day. Like, no one is ever gonna know about this. I'm the only person that will ever know about this. And obviously the person it happened with.
Except you had called me when you were drunk and told me, and then forgot that you called me and told me.
Yeah. Wait, did I call you like right after it happened?
I think like the next day or something.
Okay. Yeah, so genuinely I was like, not gonna tell anyone, not even gonna tell Honey. Yeah, then apparently I called her drunk and I told her.
Glad to know that she's still so loyal to me when she's drunk.
Mate, it was eating me up. Like, I was dying. Like, literally, those first 3 days, like, when no one knew. Well, you knew, but I didn't even know you knew.
I didn't know if you knew that I knew, so I didn't want to bring it up, because I thought you probably didn't know.
Oh, it was so bad. Like, genuinely, I was so sad. I was just crying and like I felt so fucking guilty. I literally, one of those days, I got home, don't even remember. It was almost in like a trance, like literally. Oh yeah, I was just like drinking like literally the entire time. Also, like I was drunk that like the entire week after, essentially. So I literally like almost in a trance walked into my uni room and like straight into the shower with all my clothes on and just sat there and cried for like hours. Like, I have like such a vivid memory of that, like just feeling like how like awful it felt. And so then I got drunk another night and went out with like some of my uni friends, and I told them, and they told like everyone else in the group except my boyfriend. So then they were basically, everyone was like, you have to tell him. And I was like, okay, yeah, I do. So then I told him, and he was like, okay, well, this is over then. Because as I said, it was literally 3 days in, like, when this happened. And he wasn't happy at all, but he wasn't mean. And like, I was just sobbing. Like, he wasn't even upset at all. But like, I was sobbing and he was just being really nice to me. And like, I was just like, why are you comforting me? Like, I'm the bad guy. And yeah, and then after that, it felt a lot better because like I wasn't carrying this guilt. But obviously, it was horrible because I was like really into this guy, and I was like, what did I do? Like, how did I fuck this up so badly? So then, yeah, but basically, when I told him, he was like, just didn't really care that much, and I was like, oh, okay, like you're really not that bothered. And he's like, oh well, like to be honest, I kind of expected it, and I'm like, right, because like at the time, if you did meet 18-year-old Maria, like you get what he means. Just in terms of like, I did not give a fuck. Like,
you were like drinking a lot and like you were just like unstoppable and you were drunk at that point.
Yeah, and like my reputation amongst my uni friends was that I was like slutty and I would like shag random guys. So it was also coming a little bit from that, and like that's kind of like what he knew me as, low-key. And like literally like our whole relationship started from me showing up half naked in his room. So like he doesn't have like, you know, the best impressions of me as like a loyal, like, not that sluts can't be loyal, definitely, because like look at me now, but but yeah, and he was just so high, and so he like didn't really process what was going on as well. And he was just kind of like, well, yeah, I don't know, like I really liked you, but I guess I'm not really like that disappointed because yeah, like I expected it, and like don't worry about it, I'm not that hurt. And I was kind of like, okay, cool. So then yeah, and then we like didn't speak for like a week, and then we had a chat about it again, and he was kind of like, yeah, like we're cool, but like we're never getting back together ever. Like really, he was like, never gonna happen, and like you're a mess and you need to get your shit together. And I was like, yeah, but then we kind of like went back to the same old shit. Like I was like turning up in his room again, and like, but we weren't like, we wouldn't do anything, we wouldn't like kiss, we wouldn't do any like, and at this point we'd already shagged, but like we just kind of went back to like nothing. But I'd still sleep in his bed and he'd still let me, and like we'd still had this like weird relationship that like wasn't like, we were kind of together but not together at all. Like it was really weird. And then like after like a month of that, we basically got back together, and yeah, it's kind of been great since. I mean, not really, like at the start we got back together, but he was like literally like it's like straight up, he's like, I don't trust you. Like at the beginning, like the relationship wasn't really real to him, I don't think.
Yeah.
And like I understood that, and I think like it also, like I always say like, oh yeah, like it hasn't caused any like problems later on or whatever, but like it has, because I said I love you 2 months in, or like a month in. He said I love you like 9 months in. Like there was literally like an 8-month gap in which like he didn't trust me.
Yeah.
At all. And at the start, I really understood the whole like how he didn't say I love you, and like I wasn't butthurt by it at all, because I understood where he was coming from. Like I'm just the girl that like cheated on him 3 days in. Like, can he really trust me yet? And like for literally months and months and months of our relationship, like I would ask him like, do you trust me?
Yeah.
He'd be like, nah. But then yeah, I think like then he said I love you, and we haven't really talked about it since. It's not a thing in our relationship at all.
Yeah.
And like we, as in it has been mentioned here and there like maybe 5 times, and most of the times have been like as a joke.
Yeah.
It's really weird because like most of the time I forget it even happened, and like it's really, as I said, just not a thing in my relationship. Like it's just never mentioned. We have never like had a deep conversation about it since. And the way I see it, and the way that I see that like Shane my boyfriend got over it, because like when people find out and stuff, they're like, what? And like I do get how like you like it, I don't want to like put words in people's mouth, and I don't want to like now bring this point up and like bring it into existence, you know what I'm saying? But like I feel like it makes people that like take cheaters back seem really weak and like pussies essentially. But I don't know, to me it wasn't like that. Like the way I always saw it was like he didn't really care when it happened. Like he didn't care about me when it happened.
Yeah.
So it's like that's how he could move on from it easily, and like it's not a factor in our relationship because it's almost like that was in a different relationship.
Yeah.
Like in a way. And I mean, you know, like little fun fact, like our anniversary is like the day that we got back together. It's not like at the start because like I don't count all of that shit because like yeah, I don't know. I don't like to think about it, and I would be kind of curious to like have a deep conversation about it with my boyfriend and like ask if like how he feels. And like have asked him like before, like, oh, do you ever like think about it and like does it ever bother you? And he was like, no, not at all. And like that's the thing, like I don't think this conversation will ever happen because I don't think it's a thing for him. So obviously that's a good thing for me and my relationship, but don't really know what to say about that one. Maybe like who's the damaged one here? Is it me or him? Realistically, like but I think because at the time he, or like at least the way I understand it, and like in from also an understanding of him, I think at the time he didn't really like care about me or like the relationship. He didn't really have an investment emotionally into it. So I just feel like someone cheats on you that you don't really care about, it's kind of like, okay, you know. And then that's how he was like able to move past it and get over it, I think. But that's just my reading of the situation. And also obviously he's quite a pH7 kind of person, so yeah.
But it's good you worked it out. It's good he forgave you.
We're here now.
And look at you 3 years later. Who would have ever thought it?
True that. Very true. Literally.
Not me.
Literally. Yeah, and all our friends from uni were like, we thought you guys would last like a month tops. But here we are.
Yeah.
I guess that is all to say that if you cheat, don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine.
That's not what we're saying.
No, not at all.
You need to be held accountable for your actions.
Definitely. I think from a why do people cheat perspective, like why did I cheat at the time, I think it was more of a like fear of, I was just in a very like fuck relationships, fuck everything, fuck everyone, like I just want to like shag and be like crazy. And basically I was just being a dick to everyone. So yeah, and I kind of wanted to like, I was so into that at the time that my boyfriend kind of like ruined my plans because I met him and then I like really was into him, and I was so like broken from my previous relationship, you know. I was so like, I hate love and like I don't want to fall in love again because I'm just gonna get heartbroken and like I don't want to feel that. So then yeah, I really liked him, and then I was like, well, whatever, okay, that can all go out the window, I'll be really into him. And I think when it became real, like after months and months of all this chasing and like it kind of being like, oh, but like this is never gonna happen, you know. So it was just kind of fun for me. Like I think it became real and I was like, oh fuck, like what am I doing? And I just freaked out and sort of like went into self-destruction mode kind of thing. But I mean, yeah, I think that is kind of what was going on a little bit like inside at the time, but at the same time, like I kind of was just a dick. Like I just didn't need to do that at all. And even though it was a mistake, like I genuinely don't like remember it even feeling like I'm making this choice right now. Not to say that I didn't make that choice, because I did. Just it genuinely, I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Like I genuinely don't know what the fuck I was thinking. So, and I regretted it so much, and like it was not even slightly tiny % worth it. And even though everything turned out fine, like I do wish I could take it back.
Yeah, I feel like it's been so long now that you don't need to feel bad about it anymore, you know. But
yeah,
we should talk about this whole like being held accountable for your actions / like breaking up with someone because of cheating thing, or like just like where cheating can come from, you know, because you were saying like it was because of that reason, but there's so many reasons that people cheat. And like I got in this massive argument. I think this was the only argument I've ever had with Amelia. Is like in first year we were talking about cheating, and I was like, that's just. And she said she would obviously break up with someone if she was cheated on. And I was like, that's just such a naive. Again, I was in my like, I just want to fuck around. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship. Like, whoever wants to be in a relationship with me is trying to hold me back in life kind of phase. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm not in that phase anymore, but like, yeah, it was definitely a lot worse then, but I was like, that's such a naive thing to say, Amelia. Like, of course you're going to say that. You're from a family with 2 parents, and like, you've been in a 3-year-long relationship, and blah, 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 blah. And like, we were properly attacking each other. It was so stupid. But I think the point of my argument was like, that you can't like claim ownership over someone, which isn't a valid reason to cheat. But like, I think looking at everything else that we've kind of talked about on the podcast, like maybe monogamy as a reason of like why people cheat repeatedly, or like at least some kind of part in like people cheating, and like the importance that people place on sex and stuff, I think we need to like take that into consideration, because like some people just don't get the sexual like attention that they want in the relationship, and so they need to seek it elsewhere, or it's like a symptom of something else in the relationship, or not even in the relationship, like as you were saying, it's just like a me problem in that time, and it is not necessarily like a personal attack on the person you're in a relationship with, but obviously it does affect them. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. No, but then that's why I do think like it's so selfish, because it is a little bit like, yeah, I get that there's shit going on with you, but like you don't need to drag someone else and like fuck them over like that. It's really, and someone that you're like meant to really care about. I don't know. I would be traumatized if if I was cheated. Oh my god, I genuinely would though, because like I'm also such an insecure person that like it would crush me. Like I don't know. And we were talking a little bit about this as well when we were talking about the episode, that I do feel like because of what happened, like because I cheated on my boyfriend before, like even though I am so like a little thing like will make me so jealous and so insecure, that is like, can I really actually fucking handle like cheating? Like no, I can't. Like it will break me. But I do feel like that's part of me that like if that happened, and again, who knows what I would actually do in any kind of situation. This is just a hypothetical of my thoughts on it. Like I do feel like I would kind of feel a slight obligation to like forgive, you know, because it's like, oh well, I did the same, so like, you know, he gets it. And like at the start we used to joke about like he gets 1 free part, but like that's not a thing anymore, at least not in my eyes. So
Yeah,
hope he doesn't think that that's
just text him quickly and clarify.
But would I leave him for cheating? And yeah, I don't know, we have been mentioning this quite a bit, but like how it's quite nuanced, and like it does kind of depend, because like if he got with a stranger at a club, like yeah, I could forgive that. Like we've been together for 3 years, like it's just a kiss. But then like if he was like chatting to a random girl on Instagram like every day, like no.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things that like you don't know what your emotional reaction would be until you're like in the moment. Because like even though I could be here and be like, oh, you know, like I don't own anyone, I definitely feel jealousy, and like I would feel like, even as I was saying with that like phone call thing earlier, like the way I reacted to that, I'm like, well, I've never felt like that before, you know?
Yeah, but jealousy, because also I don't know, cheating is also like a weird one, because it's like it is about jealousy, but it's not really that. It's like a betrayal, you know?
Exactly.
So it's like deeper than that. It's like, I think at the point on which you feel like betrayed, then I think like I guess that's cheating, because like you can feel jealous and feel a type of way about shit, but like, you know. And then like I think when to know when you're cheating is like if there's anything that you wouldn't like feel comfortable telling your partner, like you probably shouldn't be doing that.
Definitely. Well, yeah, my ex, in our first ever episode, I said that I gave my phone number to someone, a random guy on the street, while we were dating, and she listened to the episode and she was like, that's emotional cheating. You emotionally cheated on me. And I was like, there were no emotions involved. I literally just gave it to him so he'd leave us alone. But fine, if you think like that. If you feel like that, that's valid.
Yeah, but then as I was saying, I do think like, that's why it's about trust. It's about like what boundaries
Yeah.
do you have for yourself and for your relationship, because again, everyone's gonna have completely different things. Like I know that there must be plenty of people that in their 3-year long relationship would be fine with their partner getting with random people, like,
Yeah.
and like there are plenty of people that would find that absolutely ludicrous. I just think it's about what boundaries do you have, and like what do you negotiate with your partner.
Yeah.
It's that conversation, you know,
Yeah.
coming to a compromise.
Yeah, I definitely think it needs to be a conversation, and like, again, coming back to the whole monogamy thing, I think it's just like assumed in a relationship, like, oh, we're not going to do those things, but everyone has like different ideas in their head, so you kind of really need to spell it out of like, okay, if we are in a relationship, I don't want you talking to these girls, whether that's like in the club or on Instagram, like that's going to feel like a betrayal to me, or you can't sleep with someone, like, you know, sometimes you really have to spell it out. And if it's gonna be a deal breaker for you, you probably should sit down and have those conversations just to make sure you're on the same page and like no one gets hurt.
So true.
I've never done that, to be honest, but
I've done it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a really good way of doing that, if like you feel really awkward about like bringing that stuff up, because like 100%, the way like me and my boyfriend have we know exactly like everything we're allowed to do. It's like within the scope of like shit that would annoy us or not.
That's good.
Because like watch reality TV, and then specifically Temptation Island, or you can do it with The Ultimatum, actually. Perfect. And be like, oh, okay, if we were in this scenario, like, would you get annoyed if like you saw me like twerking on a guy? That kind of stuff. And then that like brings in like all the little specific scenarios that can be like said, you know. So you can be like, so then you can gauge like at what point, or like, you know, what point of contact with like a stranger, or like, you know, not that like it has to be rules or anything either. It's just a good way of like, you know, testing out like where those boundaries lie, and like what your partner would be like cool with and not.
Yeah, and then like, even if you're not in a relationship, if someone then does those things, it's like, okay, well, now I know I can't like be with you because I've set specifically my boundaries or whatever. But like, I don't know, I was kind of thinking my ex-boyfriend, before we were dating or like anything, like literally on like our 3rd date, I'm pretty sure, was like, oh, I don't want you to sleep with anyone else. And I was like, a bit weird, mate. Literally met you twice. And he's like, yeah, but I'd want you to like tell me if you sleep with someone else. And I was like, okay, fair, but I'm not going to, so
okay.
Yeah. So I guess I have had that conversation, but I didn't say anything in return. Because I clearly don't know my own boundaries until they're already broken, so that's something I need to work on. I didn't say you can't have a kid with your ex. My bad.
Fuck. So much could have been avoided.
Anyway, I feel like we've covered everything that needs to be covered.
Yeah,
we really want to do an episode where we talk to someone who has been cheated on. So if you are someone who has been cheated on, please let us know. We would love to hear from you, or have you on an episode or whatever, or send it in our bonus episode submissions.
Yeah, and get to more of those nuances on cheating, but from like a less cheater sympathizer perspective.
Yeah, or like tell us things that like you consider cheating that other people disagree with, or like a time you felt betrayed but it wasn't like black and white, this was cheating or whatever. You know, we want to hear it all. So get in touch with us, DM us on Instagram at Sextras Podcast, send us an email, sextraspodcast@gmail.com, message us on Facebook at Sextras Podcast, YouTube Sextras Podcast. We now have a TikTok account, Sextras Podcast, or submit anonymously through our website, www.sextraspodcast.com. And also don't forget to go check out Manscaped and get 20% off and free shipping with the code Sextras20. Thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring us, and
we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to Sextras, presented by Honey Jane Wyatt and Maria Jose Hayodatiyi. Produced by Mabel Productions.